Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Herbie's Community Cooking Corner for May 8th, 2024. I am Herbie Allen, and today we are going to be doing a recipe that Heidi gave me called Blissful Bites. And this definitely sounds like it's a very scrumptious recipe. And so we're going to give it a try. Basically, it is chicken breast pieces coated in seasoning, and then they're going to be wrapped up in bacon and then tossed in some maple syrup. Now, one comment I did get ahead of time is this going to be too sweet? Well, I don't know. I've not tried this recipe before, so I can't really say definitively one way or the other because somebody was asking that, but brown sugar and maple syrup is usually a pretty good combination, so I don't think it's going to be too sweet myself, but I don't know. We will find out, won't we? Okay. So, first of all, before we continue on, I want to thank the lovely staff I have helping me today. First of all, over in Michigan, they call her Lansing Lucy. She's hosting. Well, actually, they don't call her that, but and then Nikita, also known as Nikki, is hosting us today from PA, so which is Pennsylvania for anybody that doesn't know their state abbreviations. And yes, you get state abbreviations as part of the cooking call education because I say so. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to need is the chicken breasts, and we're going to get those cut. And how do I know that they are chicken breasts if I have other things of chicken? Well, a lot of it has to do with the packaging, of course. Chicken breasts tend to be thicker than, like, say, if you have boneless chicken thighs. And, of course, they're going to feel very different than, like, drumsticks and chicken that might have the bone in it. And so this, of course, is just your typical meat container. Here, let's move that out the way. And, the styrofoam tray and the plastic wrap and all that. I'm going to use my knife to pierce the plastic wrap. And we're going to get these cutting. And I'm going to use a sharp knife for this. I find that I do not like dull knives. I'm not going to cut these super small, but not super big either. Maybe like a couple of inches. We want them to be bite-sized. And okay, let's see here. Let's make a little bit more room for myself as I've got a crowded spot here. Okay. And so I better be careful not to cut myself here. Chicken is interesting. Now, chicken breasts are a lot easier to cut than the chicken thighs, by the way. So the recipe calls for 18 pieces, and you can make, of course, as many pieces as you want. And how am I cutting the chicken? Let's talk about that. So I'm cutting the chicken into strips, and then I'm taking each little strip and cutting it into smaller pieces. I'm using my fingers as a guide. So, like, I have my hands kind of, like, straight up, and I have, like, the knife, they make a little bridge, and I have the knife in between there, so I don't cut myself or anything like that. And just early morning coordination is always a fun thing, because this is early in the morning for me, like 9. And for some of you, it's 10, so, yeah. All right. So I am now just cutting these, like I said, into chunks. And then we're also going, after we do this, then we're going to mix up our seasonings and in the mixing bowl. And then what's interesting is we actually coat the chicken in the seasonings before we wrap the bacon around it. Now, what I thought was interesting is I would have thought that for like this recipe, it didn't call for any toothpicks or anything like that to hold the bacon wrapped chicken in place. So that I thought was a little bit interesting. Okay, so for 18 pieces, it's gonna be about, I'd say, roughly. I mean, you can do 18 pieces in one chicken breast. I'm got several people to feed here. Including a certain wifey. Well, she's the only other one, but so we're gonna kind of do extra. And you want a good knife for cutting meat and whatnot. So you don't want something too dull. You don't want to use a butter knife. You really do want to use like a sharp knife, but you can do it safely. Now, be careful if you're cutting, like, say, frozen chicken breast. That can be fun because I've done that before, and I find that a little bit challenging because what happens is I can't feel my fingers, and nearly did do myself a major injury once with the cutting frozen chicken breast, but that is that. Okay, let's see if we have any questions so far.
Well, not so far. Now make a liar out of me.
Now, I've got to ask, how do those birds feel that I'm cooking their cousin right now?
Well, they're quiet, so they're listening.
Okay, well they,
Okay.
no, they were chirping, so
Oh, here we go. We're getting raised hands.
all
And
right.
let me just say that it is May 7th today.
May 7th. Okay. Tuesday.
All right, first up first up is Diane.
Yeah, okay. My question is the about the bacon.
Yep.
And if there is a particular way that you buy it for just to give you an example. We like this real thick bacon, and I think there's like 5 slices in a pound.
Whoa.
So
Oh wow.
yeah. So and they're quite large and quite long. So I would think you would probably have to cut them up if you were going to use this particular bacon.
You're gonna have to cut the bacon up anyway. But
Okay.
so that sounds like some very thick bacon there. I
Yeah,
will
it
tell you.
is.
So, like for us, we don't do regular bacon; we do turkey bacon. But there are several different types of turkey bacon that you can get, and mine is actually a that I'm going to use as a thicker turkey bacon. And for those of you, by the way, I will tell you, if you think a lot of people, for good reason, associate turkey bacon with cardboard, but if you get the right brand, then it is actually not. So stay away from the Oscar Mayer isn't bad. Stay away from like the Jenny O and the Butterball, and look for store-bought brands of turkey bacon. So like mine is uncured turkey bacon from HEB, and that is so not cardboard. I assure you. All
Okay,
right,
thanks.
All
but
right, Les. Oops, sorry.
nope, you're good.
Alta. Audio now unmuted.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Uh, you were talking about cutting
now
up
lower.
the chicken breast. What I do is I take 2 finger width and I put my knife up against my index finger, and my middle finger is on the edge of the turkey. And I kind of slide the knife and my 2 fingers down so I get an even piece all the way down. Now to cut them into sections, and I think the bite-sized pieces are about 3 fingers wide. Your middle finger, your index finger, your middle finger, and then your ring finger. And you just put your knife up against your index finger, and you get pretty good bite-sized pieces, and it's wide enough to wrap bacon around it. That's my opinion on that. You do it the way you feel comfortable doing it, not the way I do it. I'm not telling you to do it that way. I just am telling you the way I do it, and I feel comfortable that way. Thank
Definitely.
you.
Okay, one more. Melissa.
All right, Melissa, welcome.
Nice. You're making the chicken bites with the bacon. Um, I agree. I don't know what his name was.
Les.
Huh?
Were you like Les? He was the one that spoke before.
His name is Les.
Oh, Les. Okay. I agree with Les says, but yeah, I agree what he says because when you use your fingers, it's better to guide yourself, and I like the way you do it, and he does it too. So, yeah. I wonder how long you do the bacon, or when you do the chicken bites.
Okay, great, good question. So this one you don't pre-cook the bacon; it all cooks together.
Oh, wow. So, so did you get the recipe I sent you from Be My Eyes?
That's what that was. Okay, I'll look into that. I saw like something from a Be My Eyes chat, but I did not realize it was a recipe. So I'll look into that after the call.
Yeah, that's the Be My Eyes chat, but I shared with you the recipe what my AI said.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. All right. I did not know you could share Be My Eye. All right. So that is cool. All right. Thank you, Melissa.
All right.
When will we make that?
What was that?
When are we gonna make it?
I'm gonna look into that for next week.
Oh, okay. You have the YouTube link and everything?
Yes. So.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
One more hand.
Yep.
Paige.
Paige.
Yes. How long are you supposed to cook the bacon chicken bite? How long are you supposed to cook it?
We're gonna
And
cook
the
it for about
temperature?
25 minutes.
Okay, and what's the temperature for it?
Good question. So this is actually a little bit of a higher temperature. It's 400 degrees.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So with that, let's get on to our seasoning then. So let's take a look at what we need here to get this thing started. Well, first of all, you know what we do need to do before I do anything else is put the remainder of the chicken up. We do not want to leave that out and about. So I'm going to get a Ziploc bag. So and I'm going to put these up. I think we'll have enough chicken. If I find that I need more, I can always take out more breasts and do some more chopping away. Okay, so I'm going to put this tray up, and I'm going to seal the bag with the hand that was not putting the chicken in the bag, because we want the outside of the bag to be safe to touch. Whoa. And then I'm going to put that in the fridge, and we're going to wash up. So the first thing I need is 3 tablespoons brown sugar. for our seasoning. And of course, we need a mixing bowl as well. I already have said mixing bowl ready. Let's see if I have my tablespoon. I do. Okay, I have my 2 tablespoons. And I have my 1 tablespoon. Yay. So the 2 tablespoon is an actual 2 tablespoon set that I got from the Blind Mice Mart set a while back. But let's see now. Let's talk about the brown sugar. The brown sugar comes in a different type of bag than your white sugar. It comes in more of a plastic bag rather than a paper bag. And very similar to the powdered sugar. We don't want that. And let's see, is this brown sugar or more unused powdered sugar?
Africa just has like that smoky face. That's the same thing.
And somebody is unmuted, so if you can check your mute status. Thank you. Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, it wasn't you, so not your fault. Alright. There's my brown sugar. Okay. Oh, that's powdered sugar. Okay. Alright. I'm getting all my sugars mixed up here. Fun. Okay. Well then, if I don't have brown sugar, which I thought I did, we will just substitute some white sugar instead, which that I have plenty of. And it'll affect the taste a little bit, but on the whole, okay, let's make sure I don't spill things here. Okay, one last check for brown sugar. You are not brown sugar. Okay. Let's make sure I didn't put the brown sugar in any of my extra containers. Nope, that is flour. Okay, so what we're going to do then is some white sugar, and we will just make do with that. I guess maybe we won't do the maple syrup as a result. Well, I think we still will. It'll just make it a little bit sweeter, but I think when everything blends in together, it's going to be just fine. So, all right. Now, what did I do with my measuring spoons? Okay, those I just had a minute ago. There they are. Okay, so we're going to scoop out what we need. And pour it into the mixing bowl. And I don't think I'm going to need this 2 tablespoons again, so that can go in the sink. And that will be that. So So next thing to do is to put the sugar away because I do not want that spilling. Thank you very much. Or anything like that. Okay. So, there's that. Alright, next thing I know we are going to need is garlic powder. We're going to need salt, black pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper, which is optional. So, we just need a teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon paprika, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, and the 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper, which is optional. And by the way, it officially calls for 1 pound chicken breasts. So, you know, when we're sure. Hey, Google, how many chicken breasts make 1 pound?
On the website greatest.com, they say, but it really depends on how big they are. 1 pound roughly equals 454 grams. So, if we divide 454 grams by the average weight of a chicken breast, 174 grams, for those at the back, that gives us around 2.6 chicken breasts in a pound.
Okay, so that's about how many I did. Well, I did 2. I don't know if I'd say 2.6, but anyway. So let's get our salt and. Well, first of all, I'll tell you what, actually, before I even get the salt, how about we actually get the teaspoon? Because that's an important part of this. And so some exciting recipes, by the way, while I'm getting my measuring spoons out here to tell you about coming up is I'm going to, yes, next week, we're going to tackle this dulce de leche cake. That has been rather an interesting thing to do. Oh, there's my, there's what I want. Okay. And for a number of reasons. But we're going to try to tackle that next week. Also, we're going to have some guests. One will be cooking along with me. Haley and I are going to collaborate on a call and make hamburger soup. And okay, come on, salt. You want to come out way too easily when I don't need you. And so the salt I have is in this container with the spout. That can work really well for the stirring. Okay. And there's that. Okay, now how about my garlic powder? So yes, we're going to make hamburger soup, and then Patty is going to be coming on. Is going to be coming on in June, and she's got some delicious recipes that she'll be making for us. Okay, steak seasoning is not going to be what we use for this.
I am here too, Herbie. Nick's measuring out the ingredients just like you are.
All right, Heidi, yes, who gave me this recipe, is now here. All right, excellent.
Oh, I have been for a little while, but yes.
Excellent. Now, you've not made this recipe before either, correct, right?
No, I have not, and we have discovered we are out of paprika, so we are substituting with cumin.
Ah, that is good to know.
And we are out of maple syrup, so we're going to try honey.
Oh, there you go. So, I'm not the only one out of things today. So, now, I would have said I was not out of garlic powder, but my garlic powder has decided it wants to walk out on me. Okay. That's not nice. What did I ever do to you, garlic powder? Okay. Well then, I do have a plan B for that one if that isn't the case. And I may have to use the cumin trick for the paprika because I'm not seeing that either too. And that one I'm not surprised about.
Yeah, you can use cayenne, you can use chili powder, and you can use cumin. I'm not a big Hots fan, so we're going to try it with cumin. Not to mention, we'll be probably doing chili tomorrow night for dinner, so...
Yep. All right. You know, by the way, one of the interesting things I learned from about chili, by the way, is that, you know, according to an actual Texan now, so this is an original source, real Texas chili does not have beans in it. So I just thought I'd mention that little bit of tidbit there. So real chili does not have beans. You know, I'm going to kick myself because what's going to happen... No, I do have some garlic salt that I'll just use a little bit of instead. But what's going to happen is I'm going to purchase some more garlic... Oh, there's my garlic powder. I knew I had that. It was hiding from me. So the garlic powder comes in a square container, by the way, at least the one I have. It's the McCormick brand, and that makes it very easy to identify. I was going to say, I would have bought some more garlic powder just to find that I already had some. I guess you can't have too much of this stuff, but and like I said, I knew I had some, so... So that would have been super frustrating there. Okay, so that is the garlic powder, and I just took the lid off of the container to actually measure it. Oh, I do actually have paprika, so that we will not be substituting. And there's probably, you know, some people say that you don't need paprika, you know, and there's probably some things where you don't. This, you know, probably will add in a little bit of flavoring, though, so we will do the teaspoon of that. Okay. And let's see. Oh, do we
You have a
restamp?
question? Do you want to take
Yeah,
question?
we'll take it.
Okay, Julie.
Hey, you guys, I was listening on Clubhouse and it just stopped. I didn't know if you guys knew that.
Ooh.
Nope.
Oh, it just came back. While I was getting hooked up with Zoom, I just came back, grabbed my headset. It's back. I'm sorry to bother you.
That's all right.
That's all right.
And what are you munching there, Lucy?
Jelly beans.
All right. So you didn't think you'd get caught, did ya?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, no, it's very noticeable.
All right, Les.
Yes, Les.
Alta, audio now unmuted.
This is just a suggestion, the way I do it.
Hand now
When
lower.
you took the chicken breasts and you put them in a Ziploc box, what I do is I have a cutting board that's about 12 inches long
Julie,
and
that's
about
left
10
the
inches
meeting.
wide. And I leave the chicken breasts, chicken breasts on the cutting board, and I put aluminum foil over it, and I put it back in the refrigerator because when I get ready to cook the chicken breast, I have a cookie sheet, and with a grate, I turn the aluminum foil face up where the chicken breast was touching it, and then I put my grate on top, and I put the chicken on top of that, and I have a talking thermometer. I've known her for 52 years, and she tells me when the inside of the chicken pieces are done, because you got to go to the right temperature. That's the way I do it. So
All right.
if it's a good idea, do it. If it's not, tell them to stop talking.
Well, I'm too polite to tell you to stop talking. No, it's actually a good idea. So, nope, that's actually, that's a very good idea, and nothing wrong with that. But you've known your talking thermometer for 52 years?
Press all to show her.
Yeah, my wife.
Oh! Well, if the temperature suddenly gets a little bit more chilly around you, then
Yeah, I'll know why.
you'll know why. You won't need a talking thermometer for that. All right, so I'm gonna need my 2 tablespoons again, but that's fine. Okay, do we have any other questions before we get started with the next phase of the recipe?
Not so far.
All right. And I don't know if crushed jelly beans would go well on top of chicken, but
Probably not. You probably wouldn't be able to substitute that for the brown sugar,
no, probably not. All right. So,
Do you have any molasses? Oh, never mind. You put white sugar in it. Never mind. That's okay.
yeah, okay, but I think I actually do have some molasses.
That might have worked, but
Okay. I should have thought of that. All right. So we're now going to stir this up, and then we're going to line a cookie sheet with parchment paper. Great thing to have there. And then we're going to cut our bacon, and that shouldn't take too long, but so I'm just kind of stirring all this up. We do use black pepper in this, by the way, but that's at the very end, and that's optional. Okay, so let's get out a cookie sheet. There is a cookie sheet. First thing I've had today that was just willing to come to me. I didn't have to find or anything like that. So with the parchment paper, let's talk about that. So one of the things that I have with the parchment paper is these pre-cut squares that you can just lay on the cookie sheet. Now the disadvantage is you might need several of them depending on the size of your cookie sheet. So I know that I am probably going to need at least 2 or 3 squares, but the nice thing is you don't have to worry about tearing out the you don't have to worry about perforated edges or things like that. No, you can, if you don't have the pre-cut parchment paper, then what you can do is instead is you can, if you have the stuff that comes in, like, the same type of thing foil comes in, what you do is tear it off and so I'm going to now coat each chicken piece in the mixture and place it on the sheet. So just putting it in the bowl, placing it. So I put 2 sheets down crosswise in my case. Oh, but as I was saying, the parchment paper, the other type is it comes in the box that you just has, the box has the perforated edge that you pull back and you tear off. And nothing wrong with that, and I do have that as well, but when you can just have pre-cut sheets that you can just lay down, it certainly makes life a whole lot easier, in my opinion at least. So, and the trick, of course, when coating these chicken bites is just making sure that there's chicken all the way around. And, if you got the orange jelly beans and you used those, I guess you could have a new form of orange chicken, but okay. Oh,
These are Starburst,
okay.
and I really don't like them that much, but they were just there. I don't know.
Well, don't ever get them again now that you know that you don't like them.
Nah, I won't. I won't. No.
All right. So, let's see. This is just the tedious process here of coating. And Heidi, how are your guys' coming along? All right, Heidi must be busy spinning a web or helping Nick or something, because she is Spider Woman, so she's very crafty like that. Spinning.
Well, she's probably got her hands busy and
Sorry,
can't
you
unmute.
caught me with chicken fingers. I am working on cutting up the chicken as well. I know I'm not going to use all the chicken we got because ours was 1.6 pounds of chicken. So I'm just going to cut 18 pieces and call it good.
All right. So. I'm glad I didn't use too much chicken because, I'm going to use probably all the mixture with this. And you can coat a few pieces at a time, by the way, as well with this, just to, can kind of save a little bit of time. And then
I'll just stay unmuted. That way I don't have to try and wash between.
All right. So now we're going to talk about bacon. Yes. And even though I use turkey bacon, it's the same packaging as the regular stuff, so I am definitely qualified to talk about it. So bacon, of course, comes in... Well, it can vary, of course, a little bit. Like in Diane's case, I don't know what kind of packaging that bacon comes in, because I would call that more like pork chops, honestly, but cut into strips, so pork chop strips. But I'm going to get out a package, and sometimes you can unstick the package. Sometimes you may have to cut it. It just depends. The package, that is. If that's the case, then a good pair of scissors is your friend. And usually with the bacon packages, there's one side that has a little bit of piece of paper on it. You can kind of feel it. And, okay, I don't need this mixing bowl at the moment. Through the packaging. And sometimes you can unstick the sides. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to do today with this, so I'm going to get out my skizzers. And I'm going to just cut crosswise along the top of the package where the paper is. It's kind of, you may not be able to tell it's paper through it, but it's like a really long, how to describe it, thick strip type thing. And So now the trick is to cut the...
Yes.
Let's see here. Okay. This does not want to cut evenly, but that's fine. So now I've got part of the package open. I'm going to put the scissors inside and cut through the rest. And you can also use a knife for this too. I usually find scissors is a bit easier. And the package will not be open evenly, but that's okay because this is also going to go into a Ziploc bag, the unused bacon, where it'll get used much later on. But okay, there we go. So we need about 9 strips of this stuff, and we're going to cut it, each strip, into smaller strips and wrap the strips around the chicken. So this will be interesting, and it's something I've never actually really tried doing before. But I'm going to take the paper off, and then we're going to take out our first strip. And where is my knife? There's my knife. And I'm going to cut this strip in half. And okay, I see. You kind of like tuck it around the chicken. I think one thing I know now already is I'd have made these bigger chicken pieces and they would wrap better, but that's okay.
Yeah, and I guess I'm using the entire package. Oh well.
Oh well. Okay. But I kind of see like now once then again,
I didn't cut them small enough.
yeah, I think no, not now. I have bites at pieces of different sizes, and now I'm kind of seeing that smaller actually might be a little bit better.
Yes.
But that's okay.
Might. Yeah, I may need to cut some of these in half. Who knows?
What are you cutting in half? The chicken or the...
I might have to cut some of the chicken pieces in half.
Ah.
But if not, I'll just use bigger strips of bacon.
Yeah, so that's the tricky thing with something like this is how the best way to cut the chicken, and okay, there we go. So I'm kind of setting the cut ones as I wrap them on the on one side of the cut. So what I'm gonna do here, so I don't get stuff mixed up, is I'm gonna move all my chicken to one side. What I should have done is actually cut the bacon first, then wrapped each piece of chicken on the in the bacon, and then placed it on the cookie sheet. But like I said, never actually really tried this type of recipe before.
Me either.
So you live and learn, and
Scissors.
now my parchment paper is getting out of whack. Okay, that's always fun. So
If you can hear a bell running around, please ignore that. That's the cat.
nope, I cannot hear that running around. Her running around.
Okay.
Zoom cancels out a lot of that type of thing by default. See, what's happening is like some of these are so small that I'm having to wrap the bacon around twice. Some of these turned out so big that I'm only having to wrap the bacon around once. But and
What I think mine's gonna end up with too.
cutting the bacon in half is pretty easy. You just take the strip, you use your best judgment on what you think is half, and just cut down the middle. All right, do we have any questions?
Yes. Excuse me, we do.
All right.
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim.
I can ask a really dumb question, but I've never worked with raw meat. Anyway, so when you wrap the bacon, how do you get it to stick?
Good question, and something I was actually wondering too with this recipe, and it just does because the meat has enough moisture, and depending on the size of the bite, kind of depends on how well it sticks together as well. And
Okay.
was actually
And
kind
I
of
think that's what the maple syrup's actually going to be doing too.
yes.
Okay.
And then I was also kind of surprised, like sometimes, cause another thing you can do is also use a toothpick and stick it
Yeah,
through
I
the
was wondering
center.
about that. Okay.
Which I was kind of surprised this didn't call for it to do that. So, yes, the maple syrup is also going to help with the sticking. And it's just going to stick it to it. All right, but there's no such thing as a dumb question. If you've not worked with raw meat before, well, even if you have, and if you want to know how something is working, that's what we're here for. So, just feel free to ask, because that is the precise purpose of this call. So, and if I don't know the answer, I'll give you all over to Lucy or Heidi. No, I used to be able to just. Yep.
So, if I asked what is Obama's last name, would that not be a dumb question?
Well, you can ask it, and no, because I will tell you that Obama is actually not his. That is his last name. That is his. That Obama is his last name. Barack is his first name. So Barack Obama.
Yeah.
He was a president of these United States of America, and that's especially in your case, you have the excuse of you're from another country anyway. So how are you expected to know these things? So. I mean, but then again, we have better media access, so I don't know. But anyway, we also were safe, respectful, and welcoming, or we try to be anyway. So you can ask your questions, and okay. So I actually realized that this bacon I don't even need to cut. I can just use my hands to kind of tear it in half. And the strip
I was kind of thinking the same thing.
Yep, and the strips are long enough that you kind of wrap it around a little bit like a tortilla, so that also helps it stick. Okay, who has our next? Do we have any other questions?
I don't see any questions. Nope.
All right.
Oh, and Lucy, if you don't like those Starburst jelly beans, send them my way.
Oh, Lucy, I was going to say, if you don't like the Starburst jelly beans, you can send them my way.
Yeah.
And, we'll give Lucy a free plug here, as she'll be doing her show tonight on MCBVI, all about dreams. So, I can think of quite a number of songs already, such as, should I give away my song ideas? Because we got great songs like Dreamweaver, of course. You got Dreamin' by Vanessa Williams. You got Dreamtime by Daryl Hall. Let's see, Sweet Dreams by Heart. Okay, wait a minute. I'm having too much fun here.
California Dreaming.
Yep, California Dreamin'. Dreaming. Mamas and the Papas did the first version of that. Let's see. But Lucy will undoubtedly have plenty of dream songs I've not even heard of or thought of, so make sure you tune into her show. That's on MCBVI Radio at 8 p.m. Eastern. And, but we do have some other exciting calls happening on Community. For instance, we've got the Homophone Bee that's going to be happening at 3 p.m. We've got the YouTube, I guess, a described movie or something or other, and that's at 4 p.m. Eastern. We got Braille Call. If you've got questions about the e-reader, that's going to be at 6 p.m. We've got several board meetings and whatnot. And you know what, guys? I can't remember everything. But if you subscribe to community at acb.org, just write that email address. It's not an automatic thing. Just write it. There's real humans at the other end and say, and please add me to the community call list. And
or cooks.
What?
Or cooks.
Or cooks. So cooks, actually, no, don't use that address for cooks. There is an actual and true subscribe address for the ACB Cooks list that you do need to use. And that is in the email for today. But if you do not have the email today, I will get that for you in just a little bit here. So that one. Now, if you do want to write to us, you can do either community@acb.org or you can do cooks at acbcooks@gmail.com. But yeah. There is now an automatic subscribe for the cooks list. And I'm using up most of this package of bacon. I'd, decided to get extra turkey.
9 strips, my tush.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on how many pieces of chicken you make.
Yep.
So, technically
still,
calls for 18
dredging my
pieces.
chicken.
You're still cooking you're cutting your chicken?
Nope, I'm dredging.
Dredging? Okay. So, yeah, and one of the questions again was, how long do you cook the bacon? So this one is, the bacon is cooking along with the chicken. And, so it's all going to cook together. So the more we cook together, the more we cook together, the happier we'll be. With your
Yes,
food
sir.
and my food and your food and my food. Okay. So now I think I've gotten every piece of chicken accounted for. And now we're going to deal with our 2 tablespoons maple syrup. 2 tablespoons? I think I'm going to need a little bit more than that, maybe. So, let's see. Our exact instructions are, after we wrap the bacon, so we brush the chicken bites with the maple syrup and then sprinkle the black pepper on there. Okay. So I think I'm going to just cheat a little bit with when it comes to the maple syrup. I'm just going to kind of squeeze it on there. I don't know if I really have the patience or the ability to truly brush the syrup on there, and these are so volatile anyway. So we're just going to hold the bottle over the thing and start Okay, so no delicate brushing on this end. I'm telling you right now. But I'm holding the maple syrup bottle in one hand, using my other hand as I squeeze over the tray to kind of feel what's going on, so that way I can know how things are going. And I'm also not touching. I'm making sure that the part of the maple syrup is nowhere near the bacon or anything like that. It's just right above it. So that way, nothing is going to get contaminated or anything like that. That would not be good. Now we need some black pepper, which is our regular pepper here. And we're going to sprinkle that over this whole thing. And then we're going to bake it for about 25 minutes. And I also have some vanilla. Okay. There's my pepper.
Yes.
Okay. Now we are going to put this in the oven. So, one of the debates that Janine and I always have is whether you should move the oven rack or not. Now, I suppose if you've got an oven like hers where if you move the rack out and it stays stable, okay, fine. I personally, though, am not a big fan of that because my oven rack is always in the same spot and I know precisely where I'm aiming for. So, let's see if I can describe the process a little bit better as I'm doing it in real time. So, I right now have the oven open all the way. I am going to grab the tray with both hands and I'm just going to lean into the oven and move downwards till I feel it banging the rack, and then I can move it back.
Yes.
I'm glad Nick agrees with me.
He's
Hey, Google,
playing a game for me.
set timer for 25 minutes.
Got it. 25 minutes. And that's starting now.
He's currently playing a game for me.
Oh. I thought he was agreeing with me.
No, not quite yet. All right, where's the little tiny piece of chicken? Okay, I'll put that piece of bacon over here.
All right. So do we have any questions?
Well, not yet.
Not yet. All right. So we're going to let these bake until the bacon is crisp. And, we got to say goodbye to those of you listening on ACB Media. I do apologize, but if you want to come on the Zoom side for the last half hour of the call, then by all means, you may do so. All right.
Or Clubhouse. Clubhouse.
Or
too.
Clubhouse. Yep, Clubhouse too. Either one. Okay, so a couple things. I will mention that there is, of course, the YouTube channel for the Cook and Call, and I have been posting a few more calls to it. So make sure you check that out as well. And let's see, what else do we have here? Oh yes, I was going to give you the exact address to subscribe to the Cooks list. So, of course, in the email, there's a link that says subscribe to the ACB Cooks list.
Yes.
Okay, so it's ACB-Cooks plus subscribe at acblists.org. And that's how you subscribe to the Cooks list. And it'll just be kind of like, it's a Groups IO thing where you confirm your address and all that, and you're good to go. So that is that. And let's see, what else do we have? So, like I said, we got a Dulce de Leche cake. We're going to do it in one form or another next week and get that done. And did we have any questions there, Luce?
No.
No? Okay. Well, you were unmuted, so I wasn't sure.
Oh, never. I lied.
All right.
Ibrahim.
Ibrahim.
Just a joke. So if you had a sweet version of this with apple and maybe using buff pastry, would this be called Blissful Apple Bites?
Get him muted. Oh. Get him muted. Okay.
You could do that. You could do like pieces of apple.
Yeah.
And you could mix up cinnamon, brown sugar. What else? I don't know. I guess I would just use cinnamon and brown sugar. Coat the apple pieces. Maybe drizzle a little maple syrup over them. Put them in the oven for a little while.
Yeah.
That would be yummy.
That would be yummy. All right.
Ibrahim, you got an idea there.
Yeah, you do. All right.
Apple bites.
Yes. We're really going to have to do apple bites on this call now.
Yeah, I think you should.
I think I should. All right. So. Okay, apple bites. All right, there you go, guys. We're gonna have apple bites on the future call. So, all right, and we've also got some guests that are getting themselves lined up. I know Lucy has expressed interest in coming on the call, and Christine. And is there anybody else I can draft? Oh, did I say draft? I meant invite. Oh, dear.
Well, I'm going to be coming back on.
Yep, you're going to be coming back on. Jonathan! Ah, yes, my good friend Jonathan. You get to make something on this call. No.
Should I tell you what I'm going to make?
Yes.
I'm going to make sugar-free raspberry cake.
All right.
It is really yummy.
Excellent. Well, I do have openings starting in June, so or we could do the end of May or whenever. So just let me know, and looking forward to it. So sugar-free raspberry cake. That's something I'll actually probably make along with you. So
yeah, it'll be good. Yeah, we'll talk. Yeah.
All right.
Jonathan has his hand up.
Oh, yes, Jonathan. Hello.
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 Any apple bites with nuts on there?
Yeah, I don't see why nuts couldn't be used on there.
Yes.
What, in the apple bites?
Yeah.
Or upside down apple bites.
Well. I wouldn't.
In a cake form.
Well, that is getting more into apple cake, not apple bites, so.
You could have an apple bite on a cake, mister.
Yes.
Well, apparently you're getting somebody agreeing with you there, but.
I know.
Those are two different things, so.
Yeah. When we do them, they're just going to be apple bites, but Yeah, good, interesting
Bites put
thought
it on
there.
cake on the apple bites.
Now, what I think would be interesting is if you have like something to dip them in, like some chocolate. That could make.
Or caramel.
Oh yeah.
Blaze it.
They have sugar-free caramel sauce now,
Okay.
and
Oh.
it's sweetened with stevia, I believe, and it is so good. I mean,
All right, I'm gonna have to try
all
that.
right, Teresa has her hand up.
All right, Teresa, you gonna cook for us?
How about apple bites with bits of coconut?
Interesting.
Yeah. Or you could put, I know other, I've seen coconut like with pineapple.
I think I almost like that better than with the actual apple.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coconut
I
and
understand.
pineapple goes together good.
Goes together, yeah. Oh, if anybody was on CJ's call yesterday, Carla Hayes, I had to stifle a laugh so hard. She was talking about playing Alexander Scorby's reading of the Old Testament on a talking book machine, and she didn't know her headphones were plugged in, and it was turned way up, and she finally realized the headphones were in. She pulled it out, but she forgot it was turned way up in the college dorm. Everybody heard it say, "Let there be light."
Oh.
That was too funny.
Well, in her case, it sounds more like "Let there be sound," but or "Let there be volume." But yes.
Yeah, let there be sound, and then unfortunately, I guess she didn't get to the apple part yet.
This is my last piece of bacon.
Well, I will just say that I won't make this a theology call, but one thing I will definitely tell you that the Bible actually does not say that it's an apple. It just says that it was a piece of fruit.
Right.
So, just for clarification purposes.
Right.
So it could have been. Now, some things it probably was not. Like, it probably was not a banana because those were not invented yet. But
I think it was a mushroom.
it could have been. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, mushroom is a vegetable, but I can agree with that. I think you're talking about the safe kind of mushrooms, though, not the other kind. The magic mushroom.
Just whatever. So kind of mushroom.
No mushroom. Okay. So for all we know, it could have been a mushroom. So all this time, you guys, you say Adam's apple, and it should have been Adam's mushroom. But yes, no. The one thing I will definitely, but like I said, the Bible actually does not actually say that it's an apple. That is, just how that it was. People somehow deciding that it was and all that. So there you go. All right. So,
but she just had me laughing when she told us that. It was just funny.
Yeah. All right, so don't eat the mushrooms, guys. And who have we got next?
I don't think we have anybody else.
All right. Well, all I can say is, hopefully with us dissing apples and mushrooms, we're not on the eve of destruction there. Okay. How's yours coming along there, Heidi?
What was that?
How's your chicken thing coming along there?
I ran out of one cookie sheet, so I had to have Nick get another one, and I ran out of bacon.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
I had like a couple of pieces of chicken that didn't get wrapped up in bacon, but I did use my entire package. So.
Yeah, we did too. There's a few pieces that are not wrapped in bacon, but oh well. Yep. As they say.
Well, they'll be good anyway. They'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kept them on the same cookie sheet.
Yeah. Yeah, those sound really good.
All right. So, yep. I think they are going to turn out pretty good, so.
So you got 20 minutes.
All right, we've got 20 minutes, and but that's at the call, timing wise. Hey Google, how much time is left?
There's 12 minutes and 51 seconds
Oh, we
remaining.
gotta brush those with honey.
Okay, so we're gonna have just enough time to actually talk about, actually taste these live on the call. So may as well make the most of it. So does anybody have any general cooking questions they'd like to ask? Remember, there is no such thing as a dumb question. Even if your question is, what is Obama's last name? Then we do accept.
Jonathan.
Yes, sir.
How are you holding the wraps of the bacon on the chicken?
So they are sticking together. I'm kind of like wrapping the bacon twice around the chicken, so it kind of like folds into itself a little bit.
Okay. You're not using a piece to it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, just to be sure, and we'll see ultimately how it turns out when it comes out of the oven. But
Yep.
You know, you could take these to a party as an appetizer.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That would be really good.
Yes, it would.
Oh my gosh.
Great appetizer. So.
All right, so guys, you know what to expect now at Lucy's next party, or at mine or Heidi's, We've had several party appetizers on here. We've had bourbon balls, chicken bacon wraps, and I think I'll have to do one of my buffalo wing recipes at some point, because those are always good too. And which is really interesting because buffaloes don't have wings, but well, I mean, think about it. If you were to bring an Indian here from the 1800s and you were to introduce them to the term buffalo wing, they'd look at you like you were crazy. I mean, even if they knew English, because buffalo wings, of course, come from Buffalo, New York, and that wasn't until like the early 20th century. So just little things in our English language that we take for granted. That because they'd be picturing the stampeding giant animal, that does not fly. So. Let's see. So, yep.
So we had someone raise their hand and then they put it back down. Area code 303.
Petra.
Oh, Petra. I knew I'd seen that number before, but she put her hand back down, so I don't know.
Well, Petra, did you have anything to say to us?
Well, I was just going to point out that buffalo wings were from Buffalo, New York, but you already knew that.
Yep. All right. So, yep, they are. And it's not the wings that are from Buffalo, it's the sauce that's from Buffalo. But anyway. Very good. And see, y'all get a history lesson right here on this cooking call. So, so just imagine if they'd have been developed in New York City, would they have been called New York City wings?
Nobody would know there, Hurry.
Nobody would know. I mean, then Buffalo Wild Wings would be New York City Wild Wings,
Sorry for the background noise. My window is closed. I can't do anything about the lawnmower.
Well, we actually don't hear the lawnmower.
Oh, good.
They might be called Big Apple wings.
Okay, Melissa.
Melissa, yes.
Wow, those chicken bites, I believe they're good. But I did not know you can make them like that.
Nope, yep.
And
you
actually,
can also...
mine we did a little bit differently. I think, Herbie, you found the paprika, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so the difference between ours is that I used cumin in mine.
Oh, wow.
Because I didn't have any paprika.
Yep. And yeah, so like, and yep, so good question, Melissa. No, guys, we're not hearing the lawnmower. And wait a minute.
Oh my God!
Hey, wait a minute now. Let's start it. Hey, okay. We don't need to be mowing the lawn here in the kitchen, Paul. Really, we
Stop
don't.
it!
Okay.
But
Oh,
but you can
Maybe
you
with
can
the sound
also
effects.
also the what is that called, the buffalo chicken wings from
Yes.
like Pizza Hut, because you can also dip it in ranch too, just to
Oh
give
yes.
the spice.
Oh yes. Buffalo wings dipped in ranch is definitely a good one. There's a couple of different chicken wing recipes that are really good. One of them involves frying the wings that I
The
have.
lawnmower wants to cook too.
Yep. The lawnmower wants to cook as well. So
So how do you cook your chicken, Lucy?
I I don't know. I mean, there's different ways I do, I guess. I
there's.
like
Yep. Go ahead.
chicken breasts, and you put some mayonnaise in a bowl and coat the chicken breast with mayonnaise, and then um, roll them in Italian seasoned breadcrumbs, and put them on a cookie sheet and bake those. Oh, they're good.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
I love chicken. They're really good.
Mhm.
Yes, there's so many ways to cook chicken, and I've cooked chicken quite a few ways on these various calls. So if you check out my YouTube playlist, you'll see more of the chicken recipes that I have done.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm going to
Nice.
be coming back in to do a cooking in June, July, and August right now. September and October, I do have ideas. We're actually going to be getting a donut mold to play around with making donuts.
Oh, I love donuts.
Ooh, all right.
Donuts.
So, yes. So yeah, we're I've got some ideas in mind and just trying to figure out where to put them in.
Well, since Halloween is coming up, Heidi, why don't you do like those pumpkin donuts?
That is actually a recipe that I do have, is pumpkin donuts.
Yeah, since Halloween is coming up, we can make some Halloween treats like candy and the pumpkin.
Oh, that sounds pretty
yeah,
scary.
I have
but,
ideas. You've got ideas in my head. And just trying to figure out where to put them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, pumpkin donuts. That definitely sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I
made pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving. Trust me.
Yep, I've made
I did
pumpkin
my-
pie too, actually. I've done pumpkin pie as well. We actually did a couple of pumpkin things a couple years ago with the pumpkin pie and the pumpkin pasties. So,
Pumpkin pasties.
yeah, they weren't bad actually. That was the recipe that Tori gave me. So,
One of the there's a couple of other recipes that I'm thinking. I do have a pumpkin donut. I have an apple cider donut, and then I have a snickerdoodle muffin.
oh, you
recipe.
definitely got to do the snickerdoodle muffin.
Ooh, yum.
When do you want me to do that one?
Whenever you want. Let's get you booked.
Okay.
Definitely I would like to have for sure, I'd like to have somebody, let's see, we're going to be in Spokane August 5th through the 15th. So somewhere in the Tuesday during that time frame would be an awesome time for you or for somebody to make a guest appearance.
Oh, shoot.
I am booked in August with you, and I think it might be the second Tuesday.
Right. Okay. So then I already have you booked then, so that's good.
Yep. So I'm not sure what date that is, but I usually like the second Tuesdays. And that's going to be a cheesecake and secret fudge.
All right. Well, we can have you come on sometime in July. We can have you come on.
I'm in July. I'm in June, July, and August so far.
Okay, you guys work this out.
All right, we will.
Probably
You got 10
probably
minutes.
They have the Be My Eyes recipe app, and it was like so cool that you can call a volunteer.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I
So-
love Be My Eyes. It's my favorite app.
Hey, Google, how much time is
Okay.
left?
T-minus 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay, so in just over 2 minutes, we're going to be able to take these babies out. So I'm going to actually start heading back into the kitchen and getting ready, as I'm going to be able to take these out the minute the timer goes off. So yes, we're actually going to do work here on the cooking call, believe it or not. So I'm going to get out, I think I'll probably use both oven mitts for this because it's a cookie. Well, no, I only need one. No, if you're, so how I'm going to do this, as soon as the timer is done, I'm going to turn off the oven, open it, and then take them out. If you are not comfortable doing this one-handed because you're not an acrobat or just weird or anything like that, then you'll probably want to use both hands to take out the cookie sheet, using oven mitts, of course. But we're going to see how these little beauties turn out. And of course, there's plenty of side dishes you can do with them, or you can just serve them as an appetizer. So, as we talked about earlier. And that is that. Okay, we're almost done here. I'm ready to go, but want to start by, before we get to this, I'll just start thanking everybody who came to the call today and who listened. And I definitely appreciate every single one of you. I'll probably
And Herbie, it's 25 minutes to bake, right?
Yes, 25 minutes to bake.
Okay, thought so. Ours just went in.
All right, so very good. It'll be interesting to hear how yours turned out. We'll expect a progress report next week. So, and honey is a very interesting adaptation to yours. I must admit, I like that. The honey baked chicken that I did last week, I'm gonna do that again with a turkey baster and see if it turns out better. It got a little bit burnt, unfortunately.
Uh-oh.
And that was unfortunate, but
I think honey is easy to burn, actually.
it is. Yeah.
And I sent you more recipes. I'm sure you found those.
Yep. Hey, Google, stop. Okay, so we're going to take these out of the oven. I'm facing away from the oven. Okay, and okay, got this mess here on my
They smell good though.
stove. All right, so I'm going to get out a plate, and we're going to take a fork and see how these look, because I imagine they're extremely hot. And
do they smell good? Can
they
you
smell
smell
good,
them?
and they definitely, the bacon stayed in place.
Oh, good.
On some of these wrapped ones that I'm seeing. All right, Chanel. You want to come give these a taste test? Probably.
Well, yes, Herbie, I would like to come and give them a taste test.
And okay, funny. I've got Chanel in person answering my question. I got Chanel in my ears answering the question. Funny how that.
No,
works
you
out.
don't. That's not Chanel.
That's not Chanel.
It's Nikki.
Okay, Nikki is trying to be you. That's all.
No, I'm not. You didn't say Chanel specifically. You said
Yes.
Okay. I don't eat real bacon.
No.
Because for a minute I thought it was breading around it, and then I realized, oh, you put.
Nope, it's the turkey bacon.
Kind of burnt.
Okay.
I like how they're bite sized though. still a bit hot, so I can only
Oh, yeah.
taste the bake. I think I maybe got a bit of the chicken, but I can't.
Okay.
A little dry.
Okay. So maybe I might cook these for a little bit less time next time and see if that works out better.
Why? What
Okay.
happened?
All right, I'm gonna.
Are they two done?
Yep.
Are they?
Well. No, actually. I mean, maybe I could have done them for a minute less. They're definitely crisp, like they should be. These actually aren't bad, though. Okay. Yeah. A little bit dry. Could have used a little bit more maple syrup, maybe, but on the whole, pretty good. And dip it in dressing, you said? All right, that works too.
Well, one other thing, if you used regular bacon, you'd have more fat.
And that is true, yes. With regular bacon, it would have. That is definitely true.
I know.
Yes.
I'm so smart.
I know. But overall, I'd still say these have turned out a pretty good success. So yeah, the bacon sticks to it nicely.
Yeah, you did a good job wrapping them or whatever you did.
We're adjusting ours down a few minutes.
All right.
Did you use regular bacon, Heidi?
That was regular bacon, right? Yes.
Okay, so yours might not be so dry.
Some waffles
Yeah.
or pancakes
Yeah.
with syrup, and so then you get a little bit of the
Maybe.
stick.
I don't know,
That
you know?
would be
I don't
good.
know.
So Chanel said these will go good with waffles or pancakes. Which I can definitely see that. Also, I'm glad I used like the thick store-bought turkey bacon, not the other stuff. So, like I said, this is still quality turkey bacon. But yes, the regular bacon would have definitely generated a little bit more grease. All right. Well, I want to thank everybody for coming today. We actually had a successful call, and with that, any final quick questions? All right, not hearing any. Then Lucy and Nikki, you may end the respective rooms.
Okay, ending the room. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.